the cloud. All right, there we go. Professor Ozan, go ahead, get started.
Okay. Hello, everyone. This is Ozan, Professor Ozan. I will be instructor for this course. And Yelena is our amazing TA. She is going to be helping us with all your questions, technical questions. I have been in the university since 2016, and I've been teaching this course 650 for a while. At the same time, I'm working in the IT industry. I'm a agile project management coach. Go ahead, Yelena.
So, I've been with UMGC for a very long time, maybe at least 15 years or 16 years. And I have my master's in information technology database field. But then, as soon as I finished my master's, I started it's a second job as a TA. For the full-time job, I work with learning management system by SuccessFactors, the administrator. All right, so this is going to be an exciting semester. This is our last 650 course, so let's make it the best. All right, Professor Zan, it's back to you.
Yeah, so in this maybe 30, 40 minutes, in next 30, 40 minutes, we will be talking about, you know, course expectations. I expect like Yelena should like talk, is going to give you some big data key characteristics. Then we are going to talk about how how to get help with the technology and software, and what are the activities, what are the assignments for each of our weeks, and we are going to get your questions and we're going to try to answer them.
Mhm.
Yeah, go ahead. I expect you to go over the slides, please.
Okay, so basically, what's big data? The data sets that grow fast, they're large. So you cannot actually store them on your PC, right? For earlier courses, you may have worked with a smaller data set and you were running something with R or Python, right? It was not large. Well, not necessarily large, but also big data and social media data, right? So they require the new architecture, a new tool, a new analytical method, right? In order to analyze the data. Like some examples are social media, and you will be working with social media in this course, right? There could also be the data that you capture for the traffic, real-time traffic, right? I'm just giving you some examples, okay? So in your first week reading, you're gonna read about the data volume, the processing complexity, and data structure, right? So those are the key characteristics of big data. So then they require extra analysis, right? So then remember that you have a structured data where the data is in specific format, something like relational databases, right? Then you have unstructured data, which is text. There is no specific structure, right? But then there is also something in the middle, semi-structured, such as XML. It's sort of like self-describing, right? But then remember that the textual data could be in an erratic format, right? So that is quasi-structured. All right, like for example, it could be something like a web click stream. It may contain some inconsistencies in the formatting, etc. Right? So this arrow just shows that it's more structured at the top. Right? Okay. And here is just giving you some examples of the different data. See this, if structured, it's a database table basically, right? And the semi-structured and unstructured, right? So you have an example of each. You can read more in the readings, but now it's back to Professor Azan. Back to you.
Okay. So This slide is talking about, folks, how do we grade the assignments? Okay, this is basically saying that we have a very good description for each assignment, and we clearly state the requirements for each assignment. And if you have any question, you can always contact me for the related to assignment questions, or if you need any technical support, you can always contact Yelena, right? But the grading is like a more like a competency base. So if you deliver all the requirements, like for the assignments, you're gonna get around 90, 91 point, 92 points. But if you would like to get, the full credit, like a 100 points, you should provide definitely more than the requirements. Okay, show maybe, look from the different perspective, maybe use additional tools and techniques so you can get the full credit. And we're gonna have four major assignments. We have like a four major sections in the course. And besides these major assignments, we have some ungraded exercises that are going to help you very, very well with the graded ones. They are going to make you ready for the graded assignments. We have some small assignments, and we have some auto-graded quizzes, which you can do unlimited attempts. For each four major sections, you're gonna learn different softwares, and these softwares are like a industry standard softwares right now. They're used in the industry, and you will be practicing all these softwares. And Yela is going to help you with the software, and she's going to do some teaching assistant hours, TA hours, and we are going to go over the assignment. She's going to demonstrate you how to do the assignment in the real software. So you're going to get the full support and full experience with all the softwares. And we are going to, of course, have discussion boards, four major sections, four discussion boards, which you're going to be able to share your experience with all your classmates. And we expect you to join post as early as you can so that you can read a lot and other people read you and make the comments on your posts. Yes, Elena.
Well, this was just to bring up in the past, right before COVID, we had a lot of competitions, right? So the students use the software to present the specific topic. Like, for example, there was a presentation done in Watson Analytics, which is similar to Cognos Analytics, but the students use Watson Analytics to present on Lyme disease, and they took the second place nationwide, and they got to travel to Malaysia to present the work at the IBM conference. Well, there have been multiple awards in this program. This is just something for you to keep in mind. All right. Okay. Now, Professor Razan, back to you.
Okay, so these are the how the we have what we have in each week. So we are going to have basically first 2 weeks we are going to work on the big data and Hadoop. And your first assignment is going to be at the end of the second week. 3, 4, 5, and 6 weeks are going to be related to Spark and ML in Spark. And the second assignment is going to be at the end of the 6th week. And we have we're going to have some small assignment in between, and again, we're going to have discussion boards. But before every major assignments, again, folks, Yelena is going to have a help session, and she's going to go over the software. She's going to practice the assignment before you submit. So it's going to be a great help. A 7th, 8, 9, 7 and 8 and 9, we're going to have sentimental analysis and memory analytics. And finally, 10, 11, and 15, we're going to have like working on the chatbots. chatbots. So again, we're going to have walkthrough before every major assignments. Our major assignments are again, one is the age-based, the second one is the related to Spark, third one is about the sentimental analysis, and finally is about chatbots using AI Watson. Grading. Grading, again, we expect you to provide more details. Just don't give us the, results of the softwares, screenshots, table results, but just try to make a comment of that. If you do all the deliverables, all the requirements, you're going to get 89, 90, 91 points. But if you put more details, if you put more discussions, if you look at from different perspective, if you use additional, tools that again, from this course, maybe from your previous courses, then you're going to get the full score definitely.
This one is about the O'Reilly book chapters. So there's some excellent chapters that are in the course content. So if you go here, I should switch to viewer's view as a student. So if you go to the content here, okay. So and I'm going to the first 2 weeks, right? Like for example, here, this is week 1 through 2. There are a couple readings where they come from the O'Reilly textbook, but like see like this one, right? This is the first chapter. But when you click on this, it takes you to another site and you will need to select your institution. But if you don't see it, usually it was not listed, but who knows? I always check. Each semester is different. See if I don't see it, right? So what I just do is I click on a not listed. Then it's gonna ask you for your academic email. You're gonna put your student email at entmestudent.umgc.edu, and then you're gonna say, let's go, right? That should take you to the chapters. That should take you to the chapters that you need to read, okay? So for this week, you got 2 chapters, right? And the next week 3 and 4 there are more, okay? So you know how to get there, right? You need to put, it's not your Hotmail, it's not your Gmail. Make sure to put your university email that ends with student.umgc.edu, okay? So I had to point that out. Okay, what is next? Oh, this one is how do you submit if you need an assistant, right? If you need help, what you need to do is in the course content, see that section where it says here help with technology and software. Then you're gonna click here. It takes you to the form to fill out, and they slightly change the form because we have more courses added. So what you're gonna do here, the case type, very important. That's not technology. It's not technical support. It's UMGC virtual lab support. Very, very important. Why? Because if you select the wrong case type, it's gonna go somewhere and I'm not gonna receive it for couple business days. Trust me, it takes couple business days to arrive to the correct person if you don't select the correct case type. Okay? Now you're gonna select student. Then what you're gonna select for the subtype. This is a data analytics, right? So graduate data. Here, this is just the details. Like what exactly do you need help with? If you're not sure, choose other. And if you choose other, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna classify it for you. But it's a required field, okay? Then it's a graduate program, and this is still data 650, right? And you fill it out. Fill out this form. Then here you describe the issue. what would I do? What do I need to do to reproduce the issues that you're having, the steps to reproduce, right? Another thing, it's important when you put your first name and last name, make sure that it's the same name, that it matches the name that is in the Salesforce, the name that you have in the system, all right? And please, please, please make sure that you're actually checking the email that's listed in the Salesforce and the emails that you put here too. But what's gonna happen is once you submit the case, you're gonna get the confirmation email that the case was received, and that email has a case number. Please do save that case number, because if for some unknown reason the case was submitted for the wrong course or something went wrong, right? You're gonna have a case number, and I'll be able to search for that case number to find the case, all right? So very important, if you didn't hear back, you need to let us know the case number, because I can use that number to look it up. All right. And then you may attach up to 5 files. Yes. So if it's an error message, please take a screenshot and attach the screenshot and the steps to get to the error. Like, for example, I don't want anybody saying, hey, I cannot log into IBM Cloud. I need 2 details. What URL did you use to log in? What username did you type? What password did you type? At what step the problem occurred, right? Speaking of IBM Cloud, please make sure that you're not using your work PC. You're not connected to your work network. Otherwise, the connection or account setup might not work. They block, okay? Some employers block certain pages, and IBM blocks certain employers. You want to be working from home on the account, and please do not connect to your employer's network. Use a personal PC, all right? So, and please start creating the IBM Cloud account as soon as possible, because there are issues. Once in a while, I had to physically meet with a student, do a screen share to troubleshoot, okay? So please give yourself enough time for troubleshooting. So now you know where to find this form in the classroom. Oh, I'm gonna be here like a broken record, but please do not call UMGC help desk. Use the form in the classroom only. Why? This is what happens. If you call UMGC help desk, they use a different ticketing system. They're gonna create something called pre-case, and the case will take up to 2 business days to arrive to correct place, okay? So please do not call help desk, they're not gonna help you. Do not submit your tickets to IBM unless I told you to do so, okay? I had a student who seriously asked IBM for help with the code. This is not cool. First of all, they don't know what your assignment is. And second, your first line of help is the TA, okay? So please do not ask IBM for help with code, for sure not. Only submit tickets if I tell you to. If something that I cannot resolve, right? Something beyond our control. All right? Cool. So this one is, I just went over, you need to select virtual lab support. Because if you select the wrong case number, who knows for how long you're gonna be waiting to get assistance, right? So we don't want this to happen. That's why I repeated multiple times here. Okay. So this is a software that you're gonna use, a platform, IBM Cloud. You're gonna use the DB2 database, the Spark. You're gonna use the Watson. A CloudQuack is a sub-platform on the IBM Cloud. And when we're gonna have a next class, next session, I will show you some examples, right? You're gonna use Python, R, and SQL in this course. So those are the languages. And what's gonna happen is for each assignment you have a walkthrough. Then I'm gonna use a different data when I do the demonstration, right? I'm gonna use a different data, so you're gonna have an additional example, okay? but please, when we have a session, please come prepared. What I mean is, please try to do the readings, right? And like do the first part of the assignment, because the assignment has several parts. There is a part which is a walkthrough, right? So get a little bit familiar, because when you come to the session prepared, the session is more productive. And try to have your questions when it's possible. Or suppose that the session is scheduled and the time is inconvenient for you, you have an option to send your questions and I'll try to address those questions during the session. Okay? I hope it makes sense. But also, I know the sessions will be recorded, but when you attend it live, you have an opportunity to ask questions on the spot, right? Then you just schedule time. It's harder, I find it harder to schedule time to watch the recording than to schedule time to attend the session. And plus, sometimes you may need to watch parts of the recording more than once. All right? So, but those are the softwares that we're gonna use. But very important for the first assignment is theoretical. The assignment that you use for the Hadoop, you do not need to install anything, please. I had students who attempted to install Hadoop. No, you do not need to install Hadoop for the first assignment. It is theoretical, so you're pretending as if you were creating a database, right? The tables. You don't actually need to create anything, right? But the technical part that you need to do for the first 2 weeks is create a IBM Cloud account. You're gonna start using IBM Cloud account on the third week of class, but because sometimes there are some hiccups when the students create an account, sometimes there are some issues. You want to allow yourself some time to resolve them. So that's a reason your very first pre-assignment, let's say, is to create a IBM Cloud account. You want the account to be ready for week 3 assignment. All right. So what you need to do is you need to create a IBM Cloud account and you need to work also on assignment 1. We don't use IBM Cloud for assignment 1, but you must have a working account for week 3. Week 3, this is when your pre-assignment, the Spark tutorial. And you must submit the Spark tutorial to unlock assignment 2, okay? Well, here is the thing. You might be looking, okay, well, this assignment is only 3% of the grade, and that assignment is 25% of the grade. There is a temptation to jump on assignment that works more, right? But the problem is, see, also the tutorial works less, but the tutorial will teach you how to use the service, see? So you cannot really jump on a large assignment before doing a small one. So to help you resist the temptation to jump on a large one, it's gonna be unavailable until you submit the small one, okay? Hopefully that makes sense, right? So you're gonna be using IBM Cloud and you're gonna submit the screenshot that shows how many days you have on your account, all right? So now they give you for a year, then later, after that year expires, let's say, right? Before the expiration date, you may get another code, another feature code, as long as you still have your student email active, and apply and get another year. All right, because after class ends, you may want to do more practice, right? And there is a sub platform. See, this is a sub platform, Cloudpak. But I need to tell you that suppose that you're done with the first assignment early, you want to jump on the next assignment. As there is a video that you will need to watch before working on a Spark tutorial. Why? Because your account gets 10 hours of 10 capacity hours, not 10 clock hours, 10 capacity hours for running environments per month, right? So there is a video where I show you how to use those hours effectively so that you don't run out. See, there is a common mistake that students make is they forget to stop the runtime environment. So you need to worry about the runtime environment for the Spark tutorial and for the assignment 2, okay? And for the 3, part of the 3, let's say. So, but again, make sure you watch the video, okay? Remember this, most of the assignments cannot be done in one sitting. So I'm speaking now from the point of view as a former student. Do not wait until the last day, because on the last day, what happens? The code no longer works, forget my password. What else can happen? IBM Cloud is down, Spark is not working, things like that, okay? Then do not submit IBM tickets. It's very important. I don't know how to emphasize it. Almost every semester, there's at least one student who puts the credit card number. So please, 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 no credit card numbers, all right? Credit card number is not gonna buy you more capacity hours. So you need to use the academic account. But as soon as you enter credit card number, your account is no longer academic account. You may need to pay, you might be charged. But not only that, is that because I have an academic account, maybe applications are different on a paid account, right? So then how am I going to help you if I don't have the paid account, right? And even worse, if you accidentally enter credit card, this cannot be undone. That's it. The account is ruined. And you won't be able to get another feature code for a year. So that was it. We are stuck, right? Please do not make this mistake. Please do not make this mistake. I'm a broken record. I repeat it 1,000 times, but Professor Razan can attest that I said that, right, Professor Razan? I said it now. It says in the instructions of every single assignment that please do not put the credit card number, all right? In fact, you may want to sit and work on assignments far away from your credit cards, okay? If you ever feel like you need to submit the ticket instead, and I'll tell you, no, don't do that, okay? Do not deactivate the IBM Cloud account. This is danger, all right? And do not let your account expire. Well, maybe, I'm not sure, maybe some of you are repeating the class, right? So if you took the course within last year, your account should still be active, okay? Like, for example, if your account still has another half a year to go, what you would do is you would just submit the screenshot that shows that you still have a year, and you would just make a note that you had existing account, something like that, okay? Well, this is just, special case, okay? Yeah, but most of the students taking this course for the first time, not repeating. So you're gonna be creating a new account. But if you had an account and your account had expired, do not try to add the feature code to expired account. Submit the ticket and I will tell you what to do, all right? You cannot unexpire the expired account. There is different workaround. As long as you don't burn your code, do not attempt to apply the code to expired account. You're gonna lose your code and you're not gonna get anywhere. So please don't do that. All right, so when I was a student, I had something called 24-hour rules. So like if assignment is due on Tuesday, for example, I'm gonna pretend that the assignment is due on Monday, and I'll try to get it done 24 hours before it's actually due. Why did I do it? Sometimes I may remember, wait a minute, I forgot to add this. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot to add my references. Oh, wait, I forgot to add citation. I forgot to add something, right? I forgot to add the code. Things like that. So you have this 24-hour window to think about something that you may have forgotten. Then last minute you can have a crisis like thunderstorm, lost power. You want to minimize the impact of this, all right? So please give yourself this 24-hour window. right? So if the work is due on Tuesday, get it done by Monday. So you still have the whole day to kind of like think through it. If you forgot something, you can still add, etc. So some of the assignments have ungraded exercises. It's very tempting to say, it's not going to be graded, I don't have to do it. No, you do have to do it because those exercises will help you with the next assignment. Like, for example, you may have an ungraded exercise to do some query, right? Then, so that's on a walkthrough. The walkthrough may have some ungraded SQL exercises, walkthrough for assignment, for the sentiment analysis. It has some ungraded SQL exercises, but then when you get assignment 3, you have to write a similar query and it's graded, see? So sometimes you have something like to practice and you're gonna be given the answers. You do ungraded exercises because on the next assignment you may see similar question, but on a different data. Same thing for your quiz. The quiz where you need to get at least 70% to pass. Keep in mind that some questions could repeat. All right. So some questions, it's a fair game. If you have a quiz that is in the classroom, it's quite possible that some questions may repeat on the quiz that you submit into the assignment folder. Let's say it this way, because auto-graded quiz works well for multiple choice. But if the questions are mixed, right, then it's something you need to submit. And you might be wondering how do I ask questions? If the questions are general, such as due date, or the question how something will be graded, that goes to instructors. So non-software questions go to instructors, and there is a separate discussion where you report the broken links. But if it's an IBM account issue, you need help with the code, you need help with the ungraded exercises, this goes to Salesforce. All right? But if it's something about your specific grade, and if you have some accommodations or you have some good reason for extension, this goes to professor email, okay? But please, when you send an email, please make sure, I recommend including the course name in the subject, right? So that way, the professor who gets a lot of emails can see that the email is from Data 650 student and will make it a higher priority, right? So make sure, please, in the email subject, you include Data 650, all right? That way you're gonna get a response faster. Okay. Questions? Questions? And Professor Ozan, anything you want to add to what was said?
Yeah, like we regularly post announcements. Announcements are very important. We give very detailed information at each announcement. It may take time, but please read carefully so that you don't miss any important points in your submissions. So yes, the announcements are very important. Open your notifications. And there are some discussion board questions that you can reach out to us about the topics that you didn't understand, some broken links and everything. Please use those links as well. For the discussion boards, as a reminder, please post early and respond early so that more people can interact with you and with your post. Other than that, as Yelena said, please reach out to Yelena related to software questions. Reach out to me related to grading and assignment questions. You don't need to pay anything in this course. Don't put credit card information for anything. You don't need to download anything for this course as well. So don't download any software to your computer. So everything is online. Everything is in the cloud. And please join to Yelena's office hours, and she's going to demonstrate the software live with you. You can ask your questions live there. That's all I have, Yelena.
It's, unless people have something to ask. Well, I'm sure there are gonna be questions as the course goes along, after the course starts.
Of course.
But if there are no questions at the moment, that we're gonna call it a night. And please look forward to announcement when our next session is. Okay, there will be 2 sessions on Spark, 1 session on DB2, and another session on chatbots, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much, Professor Yang and Dr. Uze.
Sure.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much for joining.
And good night to you.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks for joining.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Mm.
Bye-bye.
Mm,
Yeah, thank you again.
Thank you. So I need to stop the recording.